All right, everyone. I wanted to try a fun little video to see, how ChatGPT would do with something like a Xylophone app. So if you recall, I created a Xylophone app somewhere in my channel, but it's very simple. You push these buttons and it plays notes, right? And I want to see if ChatGPT can repeat something like this. So under here is the code. I just renamed it to ChatGPT, but I'm going to delete everything out of here. I'm going to delete this xylophone key and everything like that. What I want to do is I want to see if ChatGPT can create something very similar. And what I will also say is I'm not going to make any edits to the code. I'm just going to tell ChatGPT what issues I run into. And let's see how it does. So let's start here. All right, let's see what ChatGPT can do. So I'm basically going to ask it to create an app in SwiftUI that plays notes from A to G, and I have the WAV files. Okay, so let's start from the top and see what it wanted us to do. So it wants us to create a new file called note.swift. So actually, you know what, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to change this back to content view, and I am going to actually create a new file. And also SwiftUI view, content view. So I'm going to switch this back just to make everything a little bit easier to read. And in this, we're going to make content view the main. And quite frankly, I'm just going to delete these two files. All right. So we just have our content view, and ChatGPT has told us, let's copy the code here. I need to create a new file called node.swift. All right. New file. New Swift file. They want me to call it note.swift and paste that code in. All right, so I have my struct for a note. And then let's see what else it wanted me to do. So it also wanted me to create an array of notes from A to G. All right, so let's go over here. I'm going to change this content view right here. And I'll paste that in there. Let's go back. And then we need a custom note button to represent a button for each note. Okay. So you know what? I'm actually just going to let's just put this view in the content view. It didn't explicitly say create a new file called note button. So let's see what happens. So I'm just going to drop it right in here. And actually, this is probably needs to be moved out of the body here. And let's just print out something. Let's see. Well, let's see what ChatGPT is telling me to do. In the content view, okay, we need a VStack. So I'll copy all this. So we'll go back to our content view. I don't want to delete all of that. So let's remove this part. And I think this should be right. Let's see. And build. Let's see what it does. Build failed. I'm going to close out some of these files just so we can make sure we work with what we have. And can't find AV audio player because I never imported. Did it ask me to import AV Foundation? It did. Okay. All right. So let's go back to my Xcode. We'll import AV Foundation. All right, let's see what we have. Build succeeded. All right. Okay, so we have our notes here. Does it play? No, it doesn't really seem to want to play anything. So there's something wrong with the audio. But you know what? Also, there's a couple things I want to do first. So one, kind of want to make the notes a little bit bigger. And let's make it colored like the rainbow. And let's start with C and end with A and B. So let's see if it can rewrite this. Can you... Okay, so it has regenerated a response. So let's go through the top and see what it's trying to do here. So it's updating my struct, so it has adding a color, like I asked it to add a color. And it's reordered it, or at least it's got the order right here. So let's copy this back in. Note, so I'm just gonna control Command A here. I'm just gonna paste this back in. Oh, got an import foundation. Oh, I said I wasn't gonna type anything, right? Okay, so let me just undo all of this. Just paste this right here. Okay, so it's created this, and then down over here, what is it complaining about? Oh, can't find color. Okay, so we probably have to import something else here, but like I said, I'm not going to edit anything. I'm going to let ChatGPT figure it out. Okay. In here, update the note button view to use the new color property. Okay, so I'm going to copy this and I'm going to update the struct for the note button. Back over here. And I put that down here. So just highlight all of this. I'm going to paste it. Okay, and then what else did ChatGPT ask me to do? Modify the content view to use an H stack. All right, so let's copy that. Content view to use an H stack. So paste that all in, and then with your changes. Okay, so it's missing. It's not liking the color, so I'm going to say in my note struct, the color's not working. Actually, let me see exactly what error it has, and let me see if I can. Cannot find type color in scope. Let's see. Okay, so let's copy this. All right, so this should resolve these errors, right? There you go. And then over here, did I mess something up generic? Okay, no, okay, that's working now. So let's see what it looks like now. Okay, so it is like this. No, I want to go back to a VStack. Let's say, can you make the notes vertical? Okay, so let's try this now. It looks like they reordered the notes again, so I actually am not sure why the notes looked like this, 0, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6 up here. This actually seems better down here, but let's go ahead and try it. So again, note button. So we're going to go back down here to note button. I'm going to highlight all of this. So paste it in. And then let's go back down here. I'm going to copy this code and do the content view. And I think we'll get to the sound playing part, which wasn't working. It's probably because the file name isn't correct, but let's take a look at this. Okay, so this actually looks pretty good. It looks kind of like what the other Xylophone app had. So let's see what it does when we run it now. Again, I'm not hearing anything, probably because of the way the audio file is being played. So let's take a look at this note button. I'm sorry, let's take a look at this note button down here and see how it's playing it. So it is extension wave. Maybe it's my wave file that's wrong. Oh, I don't have any iRio sounds. It is in here. Let me just make sure that it works, and let me make sure it's part of my build, because if it's not part of my build, then it won't work either. Okay, so the wave file is there. So let me just go back. And I will say, I'll just return, right? Let's see. Let's see if I can just see if ChatGPT can help me. All right, so I'll say this. Everything looks good, but the notes won't play the sound. I have the files correctly named A.wave, B.wave, etc. Did do that. Okay, so the way it looks like in the note file, we have specified the names in the wave extension. Okay, so let's see if we can go back over here and try to figure it out. You know, the goal of this was to make sure, or to make ChatGPT do most of the work, or all of the work. And I think we're going to get stuck right around here. It's possible I'm not asking the right questions, but it does seem like this should be playing the letter A with the extension wave. And if it doesn't work, it should print this. So I'm going to say ChatGPT got us 80% of the way there. Really, the last thing is just to figure out how to get this part to play correctly. And I'm not going to fix it here. The whole goal of this was to see if ChatGPT could do it. I'd say it's actually pretty good. I'll try a couple more of these other videos later on to see how good ChatGPT can produce other programs. All right, thanks everyone.